Are you tired of battling procrastination or struggling to stick with new habits? What if I told you that a little laziness could actually work in your favor? Welcome to Inner Power. Today, we're diving into a fascinating concept from Shawn Achor's book, The Happiness Advantage, called the 20-second rule. This technique shows you how to use the natural tendency for laziness to your advantage, making it easier to build positive habits and avoid unproductive ones. What is the 20-second rule? In his book, The Happiness Advantage, Shawn Achor shares a powerful concept he calls the 20-second rule. At its core, this rule is all about using small changes to make certain behaviors either easier or harder by just 20 seconds. Achor discovered that when he reduced the activation energy for good habits by making them 20 seconds easier to start, he was able to sustain those habits much more easily. Conversely, by making bad habits 20 seconds harder to begin, he found himself doing them less often. This approach taps into our natural laziness, or what psychologists call decision fatigue. Our brains are wired to conserve energy, which is why we often take the path of least resistance. So instead of constantly relying on motivation or willpower, the 20-second rule sets you up for success by making habits feel effortless to start or so inconvenient that you avoid them altogether. Why the 20-second rule works? The 20-second rule leverages two key principles: activation energy and the power of small barriers. 1. Activation energy. This concept, borrowed from chemistry, is the energy needed to kickstart a reaction. Think of the effort it takes to go to the gym or start cooking a healthy meal. The activation energy is often so high that we avoid these activities. By reducing this initial effort by even a few seconds, you make it easier to engage in positive habits. 2. Small barriers. Humans naturally seek the path of least resistance. By creating a tiny barrier, like an additional 20 seconds of effort, you can curb the temptation to engage in unproductive habits. The small barrier feels almost insignificant, but it's enough to deter impulsive actions. When you use these principles together, you gain a powerful tool for habit change without needing extraordinary willpower. How to use the 20-second rule to build positive habits. Let's start with some practical ways you can apply the 20-second rule to build good habits. 1. Lay out the path for positive habits. Think of a habit you want to adopt. Let's say you want to start reading more. Instead of keeping your book in a drawer, place it on your nightstand, ready to pick up. If possible, open it to the next chapter you want to read. By making it instantly accessible, you reduce the activation energy to almost zero. Example: if you want to start working out more, leave your workout clothes and shoes right next to your bed so that when you wake up, there's nothing standing in the way. By making it a 20-second decision to start exercising, you'll find it much easier to follow through. 2. Remove barriers to productive actions. Often, we want to build good habits but make them harder on ourselves without realizing it. For instance, if you want to practice a musical instrument, don't store it in a closet. Keep it in plain sight, ready to use. By doing this, you reduce the mental and physical barriers that typically prevent you from starting. Example: if you want to learn a new language, leave a language app open on your phone's home screen so it's easy to access. You're more likely to practice for a few minutes here and there, if it only takes a split second to open the app. 3. Simplify your environment for success. The 20-second rule works especially well when you take time to structure your environment around your goals. If you want to meditate daily, create a dedicated meditation spot with a cushion, a candle, or anything that reminds you of your intention to meditate. When everything you need is readily available, the habit becomes easy to start. Example: if you're trying to drink more water, keep a filled water bottle on your desk or in a visible place. This way, you won't need to get up every time you want to hydrate. The action becomes effortless, making it easy to stick with. How to use the 20-second rule to break bad habits. Just as you can apply the 20-second rule to build good habits, you can also use it to cut back on habits you want to break. 1. Create friction for unproductive habits. To curb a bad habit, make it take longer to start. If you're constantly scrolling through social media, move your phone to a different room or place it somewhere less convenient. That additional 20 seconds it takes to get up and grab your phone can make a big difference. Example: If you find yourself watching too much TV, try removing the batteries from your remote control and storing them in another room. That extra 20 seconds to retrieve and install the batteries can make you rethink whether you really want to watch TV or if it's just out of habit. 2. Add a barrier to tempting snacks. If you're trying to eat healthier, try placing unhealthy snacks in the back of your pantry or cupboard and healthy snacks within reach. By making junk food a little more inconvenient, you can encourage yourself to make better choices. Example: store chips or cookies in a container that takes a bit of effort to open or put them in the basement. That extra step can make you think twice before indulging and might even prompt you to choose a healthier snack instead. 3. Make digital distractions less accessible. Digital distractions are among the hardest habits to break because they're so easily accessible. To combat this, you can add small barriers that increase the time it takes to engage with them. Example: log out of social media apps so that each time you want to check them, you have to log in manually. This 20-second delay might seem small, but it can give you enough pause to reconsider whether you really want to open the app. Applying the 20-second rule to boost productivity. The 20-second rule isn't just about forming habits. It can also help you become more productive. By applying the rule to your workspace or daily routine, you can make productivity feel easier. 1. Start your day with a quick win. When starting a big task feels daunting, reduce the activation energy by breaking it into a quick 20-second action. For example, if you're writing a report, just open the document and jot down the title or the first line. This quick start can make it easier to keep going. 2. Use the 20-second rule for time management. If you're someone who struggles with time management, the 20-second rule can help you prioritize your tasks. For instance, start your day by organizing your to-do list in a way that's easy to follow. This small habit shift can set the tone for a more organized and productive day. The 20-second rule is a simple but powerful way to use laziness to your advantage. By reducing the time it takes to start a good habit or increasing the effort to engage in a bad one, you're setting yourself up for success. Whether it's reading more, eating healthier, or cutting down on screen time, remember that small changes can lead to significant results. On more tips how to become more productive and beat procrastination, be sure to check out this video. Until next time, thanks for watching.